Hi, I'm Carmel and this is John and we're from Victory in Wollongong.
And this is our SRC 21. Our caravan, our SRC 21, we picked it up in late January this year from Oswide Caravans in Nowra. Look, value for money when shopping for anything is a consideration, but you've actually got to look at the overall build of the caravan, if we're just specifically talking about caravans. And as Carmel said, our previous caravan was a European caravan, was an Adria, and it was built very, very similar to this, where you have a sandwich wall, roof and floor, and it's great for temperature, whether it be cold or whether it be warm. And we found that in our European caravan. And that was one of the biggest attractions in buying the Snowy River. Its temperature coefficient is very stable inside, unless it gets extremely cold or extremely hot. But and there is no timber in the caravan at all. Okay, I think that if you took all the electrical appliances out of the caravan and you submerged the caravan in water and you just bored it out and you dried it out, I think it'd be okay. There's nothing in the caravan that would rot, you know, in its shape, you know. We went to in Sydney in April. We've got the biggest caravan show. It's at Rose Hill, and we've been there a few times over a couple of years, and we looked around and went around to many caravans, to be quite honest with you. And look, value for money, I think the Snowy River comes out on top. Okay, and you can get some caravans that are nearly 25% to 30% more the price, and I can't see the difference, to be quite honest with you. Value for money, I think that the Snowy River Caravan will actually outsell all of the other caravans. And even if you look online and you do a bit, and like I've done a bit of research on it, I think value for money, it's a great caravan. It's actually a funny story. Actually, we weren't going to buy an SRC 21, we were going to buy an SRC 19, but this is how it happened. I had the idea that I was going to buy an SRC 18 or a 19, a single wheel, a single axle. So we get to one Saturday morning, we didn't have much to do, so I said to my wife and Carmel, let's go for a drive, and off we go down to Nowra, which is 45 minutes away from us, and we get to the caravan dealership, Oswide, and Brett comes out, he's the salesman, and he starts showing us around, and then he lays this big bombshell on us and says, you've got a 6 to 8 month wait on the type of caravan you have. He says, we haven't got one here. He says, we're going to have to order one. And whilst I said, okay, let's give us a quote. So whilst we're sitting down in his office on the back of a truck, comes this caravan. And I said, what's that caravan about? He said, oh, that's our demo model. He says, could I have a look at it? He said, look, it hasn't been detailed or anything. I said, look, don't worry. I just want to have a look and see what it's like on the inside. They took it off, we had a look, and me and Carmel looked at each other. The colours It
suited me, the mocha and the tans, that's my colouring. So, and then he came in, he said, I quite like it.
So I said to Brett, I said, I'd like to make a deal. I said, oh, you can't sell it to me. He said, because we haven't got a demo in the yard.
So we had to wait another 3 months.
So I said to him, I said, look, I'm here. I said, I'm here to make a deal right here and now. I said, what can you do for us? And we came to an arrangement about the price, and I said, about the time, he said, well, I can't do much about the time. And I said, is there anybody else that can make a decision for us? He said, the owner, Joe. So Joe was standing over there, so I said, hey, Joe, come over here. I said, look, Brett's given us a price. I'd like to make a deal, and there are 2 conditions. I said, one is time, and 2, because it's a dual axle caravan, we've got a fairly tight driveway, and I'm not sure whether it'll fit. So my handshake is a contract on those two conditions. And Joe said to us, look, I can do a bit about the time. So from 4 months, he reduced it down to about 3 months, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got it at the end of January.
Yeah. And then he said, I'll send Brett up with the caravan up to your place, which is like 45 minutes away from home, in the next few days. And if you can reverse it into your car parking spot or caravan parking spot, you'll sign the contract. And I said, I definitely will. So a few days later, Brett turns up with his caravan, and he didn't get it in the first time, but he got it in. And then he showed me how it was done. I thought, deal. And immediately he went to the car, got the contract, signed on the dotted line. So we did, and we gave him a deposit. And so we ended up buying a caravan that we didn't go to buy. And it worked out. So from the time that I actually saw a Snowy River, from the time that I actually read about its specifications, read about how it was built, how it was transported to Australia from China, partially built and then assembled here in Australia. It had the Alco chassis, which our old Adria Caravan had, and I know how it works, I know how the suspension works, and I was really, really happy with that. The process of making the decision was not hard at all. Actually, it was quite easy. For those people who are not sure whether to buy a Snowy River Caravan, I would say go hire one, and there's a company called All Hitched Up that lease out caravans, Snowy River Caravans. Hitch one up and take it for a drive, and you'll be rewarded for your trial. Welcome to our Snowy, our caravan, and I'd just like to introduce one of the features that I've actually built and installed on the caravan, and it's our bike rack. There's a frame that goes underneath the existing holder for the bottles, and on top of it is our bike rack, and it actually does also swing forward and allow access to the boot of our caravan. I'll just demonstrate that. So on the back there's a lock, and it comes forward and locks into position, and it allows us to get access and pull out chairs or whatever you have got in your front boot. Basically, the cost of building one of these bike racks is almost a third of the price of actually purchasing one ready built. One of the other features that we've got, or I installed in the caravan, is actually a dimmer for the lights, and I'll just demonstrate that now. I've used the existing switches, and by a touch of a button you can actually see the lights go up or dim down, and it was fairly easy to do. And it actually helps in the evenings when you don't want such bright lights, when you're having a cup of coffee or just watching TV. You can actually dim the lights down, and makes it feel fairly inviting to stay in the caravan.
Another nice feature of our van is the spacious, comfortable mattress we've got. Easy to sleep on, and we have a comfortable sleep. If I had to describe the Snowy River Caravan in 3 words, what would you say, Carmel? I would say it's very comfortable, light and airy.
Home away from home.